Who's got an accountability partner? You might have multiple accountability partners in your life. Think about all of the different people who hold you accountable. Let's drop some comments below. Who is your accountability partner? You don't have to drop their name, but or tag them or anything like that. But is it your spouse? Is it your best friend? Is it your business bestie? Is it your coach? Is it your where do these accountability partners come from? And why are they so important? Probably more than any of that. Why the heck am I talking about accountability partners? Today's video is about the key to consistency, right? So how are consistency and accountability connected? That, my friends, is what we're going to talk about today. All right. So the question I asked was, where are your accountability partners? Who are your accountability partners? What do they look like? And I'm not, again, not names, but just who holds you accountable? Where do you hold yourself accountable? When we start talking about consistency, oftentimes that accountability partner, even if it's your own, you are your own accountability partner, it can make the biggest difference. Now, I know we have a whole lot of new people inside of this inside the Get on Camera group. Some of you are joining from my personal profile. Welcome. I am so glad to have you. You're here because you signed up for the Go Live Challenge, and that's awesome. So this video, this training today is perfect timing for you, because my guess is you signed up for the Go Live Challenge because you haven't been consistent with video. So let's talk about consistency before the challenge actually starts on Monday. And for those of you that haven't yet joined us, what are you waiting for? Come join us. Come join us. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jamie Hain, and I am a video and growth coach. I have found that me being consistent with video has been a game changer inside my Facebook group. And as a result, it's been a game changer for my business. And so I'm going to share what consistency looks like. And it is likely not what you think it is. It's likely not what you think I'm going to say. We'll see if I'm right on that. But it's really been about just getting Facebook humming, getting in front of your people, making sure that that algorithm is taking off and all of that stuff. All right. So here's what I want to know first. I want to know where your struggle is with consistency. When you think about being consistent with video, where's the struggle? What comes up for you? What are the excuses or roadblocks that are getting in your path, that are getting in the way? If you will share some of those in comments, we're going to use them here in a little bit, and I'll see if I can't help you overcome some of those challenges. Okay. So let's first talk about why this is important. Why is consistency important? Number one is it is all about the algorithm. The more consistent you are, it's a pattern that can be recognized. The algorithm will reward you for that. Okay. The other thing that consistency does is it's good for you. If you get in a pattern, it's much easier to make things happen, to get it accomplished, to get in the habit if you are in some sort of consistent planning mode. All right. And the last thing that we'll talk about here is that it's important for your people, your perfect people, your ideal client, whatever it is that you call them. And the reason it is important for them is because they know when you're going to show up for them. They can put it on their calendar. You have it on your calendar, they put it on their calendar, everybody is happy. So let's dive into, what am I talking about when I say the word consistency? Now, what a lot of people think is that I'm going to be here saying, you need to go live every single day. No, do not do that. You will burn yourself out and you will burn your audience out. You don't have to go live every single day in order to be consistent. Consistency is whatever pattern you get in the habit of following. So if that's once a week, if that's twice a month, as long as you are consistency doing it, it is consistent. What happens, and this is where we go sideways, is when we go, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sign up for this 365 days of going live, and you make it a week, and then you're like, I need 3 months to recover from that. That is inconsistent. So I would much rather see you get in a cadence of once a week or every other week and stick with it. That is going to be so much more important than showing up each and every day. Okay. So it's all about getting yourself into a habit that it almost becomes muscle memory. I talked about this before. I saw a TikTok where this woman was talking about motivation, and she said it really honestly upset me when I first heard it. I was like, "Oh, what?" And then I got where she was going. She said, if you are relying on motivation to achieve a goal, it's not going to work. And I was like, what? But the reality of it is, she's saying rather than say, okay, I'm going to set a goal. I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to go live. I'm going to actually go live. What's actually better is creating a habit and a pattern in a consistent format where you just show up. There's no, am I going to or not going to? It's on my to-do list. Am I going to do it or not to do it? It just happens because you become that person. It becomes your identity, and you say, I show up once a week for my people, or whatever it happens to be. Okay. So as I'm talking about all of this, I want to know from you, what's your frequency? What is the right amount of going live or doing video that feels good for you? You can always change it. You can always increase it. You can set a consistent goal and say, I'm going to go live once a week. And then if something inspires you, then that one week you go twice. That's not going to hurt anything. It's the skipping. It is the 3-week break. That is what starts to hurt your consistency. Okay. So I want you to claim it. Homework number 1. I want you to drop a comment in here. If you need to think about it and come back, that's okay. But how often are you going to go live in your space, in your community, in wherever else it is? All right. Drop some comments and let's look at that. I want to take a second while you're thinking about that and go through some of the challenges that you all have shared. Okay. So the first one here is content planning. And I imagine content planning not only gets in the way as a consistency challenge with going live and doing video, but probably content in general. Showing up regularly and doing your post is also a challenge. So I hear you. This is an absolute stinker for sure. I actually had somebody else reached out on this, and I was like, you know what, I should do like some sort of workshop on content planning to make it super easy and fun. So I've put that on my to-do list. I don't know when we'll get it done, but know that will be coming. Okay. Still feel the need for everything to be perfect. Silence, not having a bad hair day. Dog might bark. Husband might be home. Oh yes, I get all of that. So if anybody else is feeling this whole, I have to be perfect, it has to be perfect. Here's a good question for you to answer. You don't have to answer it here. If you want to message me and talk about this, go for it. So what? And I don't mean that to be offensive or rude or anything like that. I really want you to answer that question. So what? So what if you're having a bad hair day? So what if the dog barks? So what if your husband is home? So what if it's not perfectly quiet? So what if your words are not absolutely perfect? Why is that important? Why is that the rule? Dig deep. Dig into that. Why am I feeling this need for perfection? I will tell you a very quick story here. Some of you have heard me tell this before. For years, plural years, I felt like I had to be perfect. I mean, I'm in this business. I'm helping people be on camera. So therefore, I have to be perfect. Like, can you imagine the pressure? And I would spend hours on all of the things. My hair had to be perfect. My makeup had to be perfect. My nails had to be perfect. My dress, my clothes had to be perfect. I mean, everything. I would spend hours, plural, prepping and practicing and fine-tuning a 5-minute live because I felt like it had to be perfect. It was torture. It was miserable. I hated every minute of it. So here I am in this business feeling like I have to be perfect, and I'm absolutely miserable doing it. One random Saturday, I'm giving my dog a bath, and I got some inspiration, and I went live from my bathroom. My hair was up in a messy bun, and I don't mean the cute kind. I mean stringy hair all over which way, right? It was yellow. It was bad lighting, bad acoustics. The dog was there. I was sopping wet. I mean, I was in sweatpants. It was on paper, it would have been a nightmare. But that video got more views than anything I had ever done up till that point. Why? It wasn't because my hair was messy. It wasn't because I was a mess or a wreck or any of those things. It was that I was being me. I was not worried about all that extra stuff, and I was just speaking from here. And that message resonated better because of it. Your perfect person, they don't want you to be perfect. They want you. They want what you share, how you help them, how you inspire them. So keep that in mind. I hope that helps. So the question for anybody feeling this is, so what all of these things? The other thing that I'll share just a teeny tiny little bit here is sometimes having a recovery plan will make you feel better about all of this stuff. So what will happen if that goes wrong? What will I do? What is my recovery plan if the dog barks? What am I going to do on screen? What am I going to do on camera? How am I going to recover? It'll make you feel a ton better. Okay. All right. I believe that is it for the challenges. If anybody else wants to share their challenges in the comments, I'll come back and share tips on this. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing in terms of your commitments. I love this. Once a week, another once a week, or twice. I like it. Don't put the pressure on. Just leave it open. I'm going to go once a week. If I feel inspired, great. If not, I'm still going to hit my once a week. Bi-weekly, perfectly acceptable. I love it. Stephanie says, it's so true for exercise or healthy eating too. Yeah, she's going back on the whole motivation. Motivation is not enough to sustain us. We have to become that person. We have to make it our identity. Okay, you guys are all saying hi to each other. I love it. And Wendy says, I feel that imperfections make us more human and relatable. Yeah. Yeah. What makes you awesome in your business is you. All your quirks, your weirdness, all of those imperfections, all of those things, my crazy hair, whatever it is, that's what makes you you, right? Back in the day, this was back in corporate days, I would spend an hour straight ironing my hair every day because I didn't want my curls. I think about all that time that I wasted trying to not be me. Oh, forget about it. Forget about it. Okay. So we have now picked a frequency, right? We're going to go live X number of times per week or per month. The second thing you're going to do is pick a day or a time. That's what's consistent, okay? When you just sit there and go, I'll go live once a week. Monday didn't happen. Tuesday didn't happen. Wednesday didn't happen. Thursday didn't happen. Oh, no. Well, Friday's not going to happen. Do it on the weekend. Well, you know what? I'll just wait till next week, right? Put it on your calendar. Make it as important as a client call. If you have a client call booked, you're going to show up at that date and time and do that call. So do the same thing with your videos. It is on my calendar. This live right here, it is on my calendar. What's also on my calendar is the time I need to prepare for it, to plan my actual video. Okay? Put it on your calendar. Now, the question that will come up is, oh no, which day, which time, when is the best time? Here's the answer. Are you ready for it? The best day and time is the one that you'll actually consistently show up on. That's where I want you to start. Don't worry about the data. Don't worry about what Facebook says. Don't do a poll. You're going to do a poll and your audience member, they're going to vote for every single option and you're going to get no clarity. Pick the day and time that works for you, that you know you will consistently show up at that date or time, and you put it on your calendar, non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. The other question that I want you to answer here is, how long? How long am I going to go live on that day and on that time? How long should a live be? 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour? You pick. You get to decide. It's your business. It's your Facebook group. It's your profile, wherever it is that you're going live. Consistency is more important than any of the rest of it. Get in the habit. You can always move it. Okay. So if you decide and you pick, I'm going to go live. Let's see. I saw somebody put it in here. Wendy said Saturday at 9 p.m. So she's going to go live Saturday at 9 p.m. Okay. And she is very funny, by the way. So if anybody wants a little comedy relief on a Saturday evening, go and follow her. Okay. Saturday at 9 p.m. is when I'm going to go live. Okay. Consistently, I'm going to show up at that time. Start small. 5 minutes. I'm going to go live 5 minutes every Saturday at 9 o'clock. If you go a little longer, who cares? As you get in this habit and you decide, you know what, I can go longer than 5 minutes. I'm going to start doing 10 minutes. Awesome. After you get comfortable with 10 minutes, I'm going to start doing 15 minutes. Work your way up. That's not a race. It's not a race. Just make sure that you are giving value inside of that chunk of time. Okay? All right. What I want to know, Wendy's already ahead of it. She's already dropping in there. She's already picked up what I'm putting down here. I love it. What is your day and time? Drop it in the comments. This helps hold you accountable to making it happen. You can always change it, but start somewhere. Put that stake in the ground and be like, all right, Thursday at 2 is my day and time. I'm sticking to it. I'm doing it. All right. So we've talked about the frequency. We've talked about the day and time. You're going to put both of those in the comments here. Hold yourself accountable. I'm going to take a quick check at the comments, and then we will get into the third thing. All right. Stephanie says picking a specific day or time has been a challenge because the days tend to change. Okay. So for somebody who has an adjustable schedule, right? Maybe you work a part-time job, maybe you work a full-time job, but those things shift and adjust, right? Okay. As long as you clearly communicate to your audience, it's okay. We're going to talk about that one next. This actually leads perfectly into the next one. Okay. So my guess is, Stephanie, how far in advance are you getting your schedule? Are you getting it a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance, a month in advance? Whatever that is, plan accordingly. Okay. If you know that it's going to have to shift the next time because you're getting that schedule, that's okay. Just clearly communicate it to your audience. They'll adjust with you. It's okay. Or is there an opportunity to look for a day or a time that is always available? Maybe that works for you. Maybe it doesn't, but hopefully that gives you some advice in there. Okay. Wendy says 30 minutes. You can go live for 30 minutes. Awesome. Sherry asks, can it be a video or a live? Okay. Good question, Sherry. So I want you to think about, I'm going to do a little ranking system here. Okay. So posts, photos, text, memes, all of that, we're going to say, we're going to say it's all down here. Now, even within that spacing, though, some of those things have higher priority than others. Right now, color block posts, they're on fire right now. Okay. So that's a little bit higher ranking than maybe some of the other stuff. Okay. So if this is content posts, live video is up here. Pre-recorded is here. It's in the middle. So a pre-recorded video is better than a photo or a graphic for sure, but not as good as live video. Why do you suppose that is? Think about it. Why would live video get more reach, get more views than a pre-recorded video? Anybody got any suggestions? While you're thinking about the answer to that question, here's what I will tell you. A pre-recorded video is still better than a static post. It's a nice first step. So if you are sitting there and you're like, I don't know about this going live. I just don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can go live. Start with pre-recorded video. Start with pre-recorded video. Get comfortable there. Everything that I'm talking about today is like building blocks, right? Start with this and then build. Start with once a week for 5 minutes and then build to 10 minutes and build to 15 minutes and build to whatever, right? Same way here. Right now you have graphics and text and all of this kind of stuff. Start with a pre-recorded video if you need to, and then bump up to the live when you're comfortable. Wendy's got it. So does Sherry. Interaction. That's exactly it. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing because of the interaction. Yes. And also because live video is just bumped in the algorithm. Facebook, all of the other platforms, even Instagram, it's live video just gets a little bit bigger bump because people want that interaction. Okay. Got it? All right. Let me see if I had any other questions here. Okay. Oh, look at how you guys are putting the times in. I love it. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to scroll and make sure I didn't miss anything. Hold on. As you guys keep commenting, it keeps jumping. And so I keep losing my spot. I love it. Okay. Okay. Thursday at 11:30. Nice. Friday at 8 a.m. Nice. Okay. Wendy says, I found that the longer I stay live, the more friends are notified and come in. That makes me want to stay on longer. Usually it's hard to end my live. Yes. Okay. There is absolute truth in that. What I want to caution you, Wendy, and I know you would never do this, so I'm cautioning everybody on this. Don't wait for those people. Nothing is more frustrating if you are the person who is on time for the live and the host is filling time and stretching it out, waiting for people to join. There used to be this coach that I loved. I followed her all the time. I would purposely show up 10 minutes late to all of her events because that was what she did. Made me crazy. So you start on time. You respect the people who show up. The people who join a little bit late, they'll catch on. They'll be fine. They'll ask questions. You can even do at some point in your live, you can even say, okay, we got some new people joining. Let me back up and review. It'll be good for everybody to review. Okay. So Wendy's exactly right. You got it. Okay. Let's see here. You got. Question is, does streaming my podcast interviews live count? Is there video or is it just audio? That would be my question. But yeah, streaming in general, we're streaming right now. I'm streaming from StreamYard into Facebook. Yeah, it counts. You do get a little bit of a ding because it's third party, right? Each platform, it's like with links. Each platform doesn't want a third party in or out. So you get a little bit, but honestly, I don't worry about that little bit because it just makes the whole thing easier. And that for me is worth it. So I'll take the teeny tiny drop. It's still going to be far better than any other content. And again, I'm not saying do it every single day, 5 times a day. I'm saying it is a part of your social media strategy. Okay. Podcast is video. Yeah, you're good. You got it. All right. Are you ready for the third one? Right. So number 1 was you're going to pick the frequency. How often am I going live? Number 2 is you're going to pick a day and a time that works for you and how long are you going to go? And you are going to consistently hit that. Now, here's where the accountability stuff comes in. You're going to make that public. You're going to announce to people that you're going to be live on that day and time. I know it's scary. I know it's scary. I know. But here's why that's important. If you schedule it, and what does schedule mean? Let me back up there and talk about that. What does scheduling mean? Scheduling might mean you create an event in a Facebook group. It could simply be a post that you just communicate, hey, I'm going to be live at this time. Any which way you want to do it. And it probably depends on where you're at and which platform you're in and all of that, okay? The reason that is important is so that people know when to tune in, so they can put it on their calendar. The other reason that it's important is that you're not going to disappoint your people. You're not going to not show up if you got 10 people coming. You're going to be there. You will walk through broken glass to show up for those people because you're not going to want to disappoint them. They become your accountability partner. They didn't even sign up for it, and they help hold you accountable. Okay? So the question for you here, this third part is, how will you hold yourself accountable to going live or doing video or podcast, whatever we're talking about here, at the frequency you decided, at the day and time you decided? How are you going to make it public? What is the accountability plan? Drop those comments in as well. There's something that happens when we type it out, when we write it out, when we say, this is what I'm going to do. You're more likely to actually do it. So I'm encouraging you to share that. We'll all jump in and help hold you accountable. Okay. Let me check comments. See if you guys got any questions. Drop them in here. Back to my comment earlier. Wendy agrees with me. Yeah, it's so right. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And you're right. You are going to have lives that nobody is on with you live for the first few minutes. It's okay. It's okay. 80% of your views actually come after the fact. So I want you to think about catering your live performance to those people. Okay, because when they watch it on the replay, it's perfect for them. They got the whole thing in. Absolutely right. It is very scary. I know it's scary. I love this, Wendy. You can do it. People want to see you and hear you. Yes, it is how you connect with them. We are on social media because we want to be social and we want to connect with these people that we respect and admire and maybe we laugh at. We want this engagement. We want engagement in the comments. We want all of these things. Don't forget your why. Why are you doing this? I did a post in the group a little while ago and said, why you want to go live. Making sure that you're clear on that is so important. It will also help you walk through broken glass. If it is big enough, it is strong enough, right? I think somebody said, I go live because everybody's going live. You're not going to walk through water. Sure. Walk through water, walk through broken glass, you're not gonna for that. It's got to be personal. Why do you want to do this? What does it mean to you? Really get clear on that. Thank you, Wendy. Okay. A shot caller. Hey, whatever it takes, right? Actually, I was going to say, a really cool thing to do in here is to reward yourself. Okay, this goes down the punishment route, but what about a reward? Set a goal for yourself and say, okay, self, you're going to go live every week, once a week on Thursdays at, I don't remember what Sherry's was, Thursdays at 11:30. You know what I'm going to do? If I do that consistently for a month, I'm going to buy a new whatever it is that you want, something you've been wanting. Create a reward system for yourself if you achieve those goals. You'd be surprised at what you'll do for a new handbag. All right. Stephanie says, with her new challenge, committed to alternating video to doing videos 5 days each week. And yes, you moved hell and high water to make it happen. Yes, because you had people signed up. You knew people were waiting for it. You couldn't slack. You couldn't skip. They needed it. If you skip, they're going to be messaging you. Where's the video? Where's the video? Where's the video? They really can hold you accountable. Really, really can. Okay. The best way for me to commit is to announce it. Yep. Because we don't want to disappoint. We don't want to let our people down. We'll do anything for our people, even things we don't want to do. I had somebody ask me the other day, what do you do like on your challenges when your challenge is scheduled if you get sick? And the example was if you get the flu, but I was thinking if you get COVID or whatever else it is. And my answer to that question was, I do it anyway. Because you don't want to disappoint your people. Now, if you're on it, listen, I get that there are emergencies and extreme situations, and I'm not advocating that there is no self-care. Okay, so nobody come after me for that. What I'm saying is when you don't want to disappoint your people, when you want to show up and be there for them, you will drag yourself out of your sick bed to do it. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, gosh, I love all these comments. I could get lost just engaging with you guys in these comments here. Okay. I'm looking at my notes. I got all distracted from this. Okay, let's talk about this. You now have the secrets, right? You have a plan. You know how often you're going to go live, you know when you're going to go live, the time you're going to go live, how long you're going to go live. You're going to make it public. Now you're going to do it. Now is where the rubber hits the road, right? Now you got to actually show up and do it. And this is where it gets really scary. And many of you have heard me talk about this 3-step process, but I'm going to share it here again. Anytime you are trying something new, and this consistency, this may be new. Maybe you've never gone live before. Maybe you are inconsistently going live. There's all sorts of things going on. But in order to be great at anything, you got to go through a 3-step process. You ready for it? I'm telling you, this is profound. Profound. Number 1, you got to start. Number 2, you suck. You suck at it. Number 3, you get better. Think about it. Anything that you are learning or trying to figure out or doing for the first time or trying to be consistent at, you go through those 3 steps. You got to start, you suck, you get better. What happens is most people don't start because they don't want to suck. And when we do suck, we give up. Oh, I can't do this. Right when we're maybe right around the corner of getting better. Now, I do. I have a magic wand. Robin Walker sent me this for the holidays because I always talk about a magic wand. I always say I don't have a magic wand. She gave me a magic wand. Okay, this isn't real. It's a prop. I don't have the ability to just go. You don't have to suck, but I can make it go faster. I can help you get there faster. I can help you get through that. And one of the ways to do that is this Go Live challenge that's starting next week. You are going to learn a 3-step process that's going to help you feel more comfortable doing your lives because you have a model, you have a framework, you know what you're doing. And then it's about practice. The more you practice it, the more confident you're going to get, the easier it all becomes. And then it just snowballs and it's awesome. If you are already signed up for the Go Live Challenge, awesome. Make sure that you watch the orientation video. And I have messaged you. I think there's maybe a handful of people I haven't got to yet, but it is on the way. So make sure that you're getting both of those. I highly encourage you this week to engage on something. The more you engage this week, the algorithm gets time to ramp up and more people will see your videos next week. And before you say, I don't want people to see your videos. Yes, you do, because you're talking about your business. I'm telling you, people have sold things out of my challenge. They've gotten people that have joined their groups and their communities and follow them. And isn't that what we're all here for? So my recommendation is engage on something every day leading up to the challenge. 1 minute a day. You're going to be amazed at the difference it's going to make next week when you're going live and talking about your business. Okay. The other thing that I will say about the challenge, if you haven't signed up, sign up. I put the link up above. You're going to hear me. You're going to see me post about the VIP upgrade. I wish that I could watch all y'all's videos next week, but there are, at last count, there are 60 of you doing this. Now, not all 60 will participate, and that's okay, but I just can't, there's not enough time in the day for me to watch all of those videos. So if you want eyeballs on your videos and feedback from me, it's like me being a pocket coach for you during the challenge. It's a $27 upgrade to VIP. Not only will I watch your videos and give you feedback, and we will have this whole awesome coaching session every day in Messenger, you get bonus videos. So we're going to go through hook, story, call to action in the challenge. You get 4 more videos for $27. So if that's of interest, consider it. That's all I'm asking you to do. All right, let's go through your homework for today about consistency. Your action item, your call to action is to commit to everything that we have talked about today. I want you to set a goal. That's your frequency. How often are you going to go live? I want you to pick a date and time and even how long you're going to go live for. And then I want you to come up with your accountability plan. How are you going to make it public so that people know to join you? That's your homework. If you need to think about it, cool. Just come back and drop those in. That accountability is important. Okay. And what I want you to realize, actually, let me take questions. Let me see if there are any questions before I wrap up. We're right at 30 and I try to be close to that, but I want to see any other questions. Hang on here. Sherry wants me to say bibbity boppity boo. How was that? Yes, the Go Live Challenge is awesome. It is so awesome. Thank you guys for all these nice comments. I love it. Oh, thank you. All right. I didn't miss any questions. All right. So I'm going to wrap us up unless there's anything else. And of course, the question is going to come in right as I go. All right. I'm going to wrap us up because I try to be consistent on ending on time. It doesn't always happen. But here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Having a plan will help with consistency. The plan alone is not always enough. You need some sort of accountability to make it happen. And all of that is all about getting in the habit where it's not, I gotta go live this week. It is, I am the type of entrepreneur, blended coach and entrepreneur there. I am the entrepreneur who shows up once a week and helps my people and connects with my people. And knowing what your why is, that's going to be the most important thing you can define. And if it is not big enough to push you through all of the excuses, go bigger. It needs to be deeper, or dig into what is really going on. A number of people I've been chatting with this week as we're getting ready for the challenge have said, talking about their challenges and the things that come up. And I keep encouraging them to go deeper and figure out what's really going on. Because it's one thing to say, I can't go live because I'm just thinking of Otis. I don't know if you can see him or not. There he is. I'm not going to go live because my dog might bark. Is that really the issue? Probably something deeper, right? Dig deeper. Ask yourself why. What is really going on? Because until you dig that out, it's going to keep coming up and it's going to keep being an obstacle. And it's going to keep getting in your way. So if you need help getting past that obstacle, everybody gets a free tip here. When you join this Facebook group, you get a free tip and we just message here and I help you get past that obstacle. If you never got your tip and you've been in here a while, just reach out. I want to help you get past whatever it is that is getting in your way. Let me be your accountability partner here. Let me be your coach and help you with this. But what I want you to recognize here in this whole accountability thing is, yes, you got to hold yourself accountable, but having your people hold you accountable helps. What I want you to recognize is you are in a community. We hit 1,000 members in this community today. So exciting. 1,000 people are in here. That's a whole lot of people rooting for you, cheering you on, supporting you, and holding you accountable if you need it. All right, everybody. See you next week in the Go Live Challenge. Bye, guys.